What's up, everybody? So today, thanks for joining us for the coaching call. We're going to be talking about setting your business up for success. And a lot of people just kind of are reactive into their business. They're just kind of responding to things. But there are some very specific things to really launch your business and keep your business in a perpetual motion of success. And so we want to talk about that. We're going to talk about mindset and goals and your business plan and your schedule. And making accountability fun, because that could be a tough topic for some people. So, Steve, please tell us, what do we do to set our business up for success?
That's a great question, Jesse. And what I'd like to say about setting your business up for success, if you're a new agent or you're an agent that's been doing this for a while and just wants a fresh start, or you're like me and you're preparing for 2022 because the fourth quarter starts here this week, and that's really the beginning of 2022 because of the 90-day cycle in real estate. The first thing that you want to do to set yourself up for success is to make a decision. I know that sounds ridiculous and it might sound obvious, but that's a very important step in the process. What do I mean by make a decision? You want to make a decision on what you're going to do, who you're going to be. So are you going to be a real estate agent, an average agent in the market that does, 6 to 10 transactions a year? That's completely fine if that's the decision that you make. Are you going to be a buyer's agent on a team? Are you going to be a listing agent, work by yourself? Are you going to list 50 properties a year? What's your mindset? Make a decision on that. Okay. So once you make a decision, then you want to prepare yourself mentally. You want to get in the right mindset to carry this out. So for example, if your decision is that I want to sell 100 deals this year with myself and a team of 2 buyer's agents, I want to get myself in that mindset. Maybe that means talking to a coach. Maybe that means having a discussion with another top producer that's done this before to get some points and tips and ideas on how I can carry that out. But when you make that decision and you get your mind into the ability to visualize that, you want to continue to carry out that positive mindset throughout the rest of your year. So you want to always work on your mindset consistently. You want to keep a positive mindset throughout the day. You want to mastermind with other like-minded individuals that are doing this already. And once you feel like you're ready, you're getting that mindset, and this can all take one day. This could take 5 minutes, guys. It's not like this is a huge process. You want to immediately write down a 12-month transaction goal. So what is my goal for the next 12 months? So I've made a decision to do 100 deals. I've got the mindset, the belief that I can do it. And now I want to write it down and put it on a piece of paper. I suggest you get it. I was told to get an index card and put your goal on the index card. Tape it to the front of your computer or somewhere near your computer so you see it every day. And have that in front of you so it's a reminder as you're doing your job, if you get off track, what your goal is, okay? So then you want to write a business plan, and this is something that Jesse and I can help you with. Write a business plan for the next 12-month goal that you have. Jesse, how do we write a business plan here?
I'm going to actually we have a slide that we're going to go over that, and we'll actually give you a download of what goes on your business plan. And it all ties together. What we're giving you is like making a cake. This all works together. So we're going to give you the business plan. We'll help you with your schedule. We'll help you with practicing. Right.
So a business plan, in essence, it's a written plan of how you're going to carry out doing 100 transactions for 12 months. So you have to have a specific plan on, what type of marketing or what type of leads you're going to generate, how much time you have to spend cultivating leads or working those leads in order to get to your transaction goal. And if you plan this out and write a business plan, you know exactly what you have to do during that time frame to carry this out and hit your goal. So once you write your business plan out, then you create and write out a daily schedule to accomplish this. So Why is this important? Like, for example, does a doctor, do they have a daily schedule? Yes. Does a pilot know what their schedule is? Yes. Does an attorney typically have a schedule? Yes. It's funny because real estate agents kind of just go with the flow and let the clients and everything else around them dictate their schedule. That's not how we can be consistent. That's not the best way to be consistent and be successful in this business. You have to write out a daily you have to write out a daily schedule and follow it every single day. So yes, there's going to be people that have to make an appointment with you at 6 o'clock at night because they're at work. That's okay. So what you do is you set your schedule that Tuesdays and Thursdays, you have between 5 and 7:30 that you can go on listing appointments or meet with clients. Okay. That's rock solid. That's in your schedule. Every once in a while, and when I say once in a while, maybe, if you're selling 75, 80 deals a year, 3 to 4 times out of the year is about how many times you're going to have to be taken off schedule because of one of your clients dictating that. You can stick to a daily schedule if you have it all planned out and you're the one that dictates that schedule, not the clients. A doctor is not going to, a doctor or lawyer is not going to work around your schedule. They're going to have a schedule that you have to work around. We're professionals. That's what we should expect from our clients, and that's what our clients should expect from us as well. So we have to work on our skills on a daily basis consistently. What does that mean, Jesse?
That means practicing the scripts, saying the scripts out loud, internalizing what you're going to say so that you don't feel unconfident or like a fool when you're talking to somebody. You internalize those phrases, those questions that you're going to be asking people.
Who, what, where, when, why is pretty much all you have to memorize. And if you ask those questions, you ask questions. Selling is not telling, it's asking a series of questions to get a desired result. So we want to find out what their motivation is, why they're moving, when they have to move, what's important about moving to them, how are they going to purchase the house? Those are the things that you need to ask. That's how you sell somebody. Let them feel like you're interested in what they are doing, because after all, it's all about them. So you want to work on those skills consistently, and we can work on those skills a number of different ways. The best way to do it is to role play. In fact, we have a role play session that we do every Monday at 10 a.m. You guys can join anytime, and we role play the scripts. John and I do a role play, and then we get people from the audience or that are participating to, role play the scripts as well. So that's leads us into number 7. Get an accountability partner or become part of a mastermind. Jesse, tell us a little bit about that.
Somebody that you can check in with on a regular basis that will not let you off the hook. So somebody that's really going to hold your feet to the fire and say, hey, you said you were going to do this. You said we were going to go on a vacation and next summer, if you hit your goal, how come you're not hitting your goal? You don't want to go on vacation? So somebody to hold you to it. Not somebody that's gonna be like, okay, I'll let you off today. No, you said you were going to make so many contacts. You said you were going to go on a listing appointment. How come you didn't do it?
You have to have strong accountability partners. It's important to be part of a mastermind. It's important to show up to things. Part of my accountability nowadays, it used to be that I was in a mastermind group, and at least once a week we met at a certain time. We all had to participate. It was an hour long. We did not miss it unless we had a written excuse, or and I think you only got you couldn't really miss or you'd be kicked out. We had it that way for years. So you're accountable to report what's going on to those people. And then outside of that, we also had accountability where we would text each other just, to check in to see where we're at as far as our contacts or how many, people we talked to, how many listing appointments we went on, et cetera, et cetera. So you want to surround yourself with like-minded individuals that are working this like a job and treating it like, the business that as a professional, and have some of the same goals, or at least are working on some of the similar goals that you are. And then be consistent. That's the main ingredient of this whole thing. If you're consistent with this, I don't care what your goal is. I don't care, necessarily how intricate your business plan is. I don't care that you write out a daily schedule that has 12-hour days written out where you're working hard 12 hours a day. If you're consistent, if you have a plan and a schedule that you're consistently calling X number of people for 1.5 hours a day, and you do that for 250 days a year, Monday through Friday, which basically gives you 25 days off or something, then you're going to be way more successful than the guy that works hard for 3 days straight and then takes the rest of the week off. And there's a lot of different reasons why being consistent with this is important, but we have found that is one key factor that makes the difference between success and failure in this business if you want to go to a high level. All right, so Jesse, I'll let you take over a little bit here. I know you got some other slides.
So Steve covered a lot of ground. If you just put into practice everything Steve just said, that's what separates people from 5 deals and 25 deals, 25 and 50, 50 and 100 deals. You can make little improvements and tweaks and adjustments along the way. But let's talk about mindset real quick. Just give you some practical stuff, because we don't want to just talk about the theory of this. We want to give you guys some actual concrete stuff you can do. How can you strengthen your mindset? You can create a vision board, literally print out photos from your phone of your family or your dream vacations, wherever. What is it that gives you that why? Why do I want to make more money? Why do I want to grow my business? Why do I want to build what I'm building? Print that out and put it in front of you. There's something just so powerful about having it right behind you on your wall, right behind your computer, something that you see every day. Some people even have those little camera digital photo stands where it just rotates images. I think Steve uses those, where it's got a yacht and it's got his vacation, it's got his kids, and it just keeps, why am I doing this? Because it's going to get boring. You're gonna be like, oh man, I don't feel like doing that today. And it's going to get frustrating sometimes, but why you're doing it will keep you going. Another great thing is affirmations and gratitudes. Writing down 3 things that you're grateful every day is going to definitely change your day, versus somebody that wakes up and the first thing they do is look at the news and look at their emails and start complaining and frustrated. Oh man, I got to do this, this, and this. And start your day with a couple of gratitudes. I'm grateful for my home. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for good health. I'm grateful for living in where I live, whatever. Write down a few gratitudes, write down a few positive affirmations. And this is a big one, eliminating negative inputs. And we talk about this in the book. It's people have a lot of negative inputs in their life if you're not very intentional about blocking them out. Again, news and social media can be a very, very horrible place. You get a lot of toxic information that's just feeding your brain all this garbage and negativity. Toxic environments. Who are you hanging out with? Where are you going? Again, even on social media, that could be a very toxic environment for some people. So be very cautious of that. Relationships.
I just want to jump in and say one thing, Jesse, about the negative input. You got to be careful of this. Even little things that I've noticed. I've got into a very positive routine of getting up early in the morning, going to the gym at 5 a.m. and working out. 4 to 5 days a week it's been lately. But guess what they have there? They have a bunch of televisions with the news going, and I've noticed it's so easy to get caught up on watching all this negative news, especially where I live in Chicago. It's shootings and all this other stuff constantly. And I'm I had to tell the guy at the gym, you guys need to turn this on to at least sports or something. I don't want to see all this crap news up here. It's negative. And I noticed that it makes a difference mentally for your state. Even though you're doing something positive, if you have all these other negative inputs around and you're paying attention to it, it can be toxic. That's all. That's a good way of putting it. It's toxic. So
a lot of it's fake, right? A lot of it's fake. Hey, if you really listen to the news, the whole world should be dead from the coronavirus by now. Stop, turn it off. Turn off all that garbage, and then surround yourself with good people, positive people. Think about who are the people that you surround yourself with. They're alcoholics and they're gambling their whole life away, and they don't feel like working, they don't feel like doing anything. Guess what? That's what it's going to be like. But on the flip side, if you surround yourself with a positive group of people, you are going to be like that. Science proves it. Tony Robbins has told us all 100 million times, surround yourself with a good inner circle of people. Steve already talked about fitness, nutrition, all of that affects your mindset. We do have a book reading list as well on the site. So if you click the link that's in the chat, that will give you all the downloads that we're talking about today, as well as a book reading recommendation list. All right, goals. Steve already hit on some of this. 3 areas of goals that I like to think about is what do I want, who do I want to be? What do I want to be? Who do you want to be becoming? Write down goals that are around that. What do you want to do? Like, what do you want to, literally, what do you want to do? Right? Say you want to go on a vacation. That's a do type of goal. What do you want to have? Maybe you want to have a certain type of car or a certain type of lifestyle. Write those things down. Mind Valley actually says all of our goals in our life can be summed up in these 3 categories: contribution, experiences, and growth. Every single goal you have. Why do you want to do it? I want to contribute to this cause or this thing or my parents or whatever. Or you want a certain experience, right? We don't want $1 million. We want the experiences that $1 million will buy us. Or we want to grow. We want to learn a new language. We want to just
Jesse, I want the $1 million. I don't give a shit about the experience. I'm sorry.
Right. So, okay, and we make it about the activity thing of making that money that you want to make in your business, because that's what will get you to those contribution, experience, and growth goals. Another thing is just 1% better. We've talked about this. We talk about it all the time, and we're not going to stop. Just little incremental growth every single day in your goals is what? I think it's 37% over the year, Steve. Is that right? For the
a lot more than that.
It's 1% daily. I think they say it's 37% over the whole year of growth. So
I think it's a lot more than that.
It might be, yeah.
It's way more.
Make a business plan. So we talked about this. You can download this at the link in the description or in the comments as well. How much money do you want? How many transactions? How many days do you need to work? How many hours do you need to work? You need to really think about this. Plan your days that you're going to work. Are you going to work 200 days? Are you going to work 180 days, 250 days? Plan that out. That's part of your business plan. And then we're going to reverse engineer it. That'll let you know, okay, that means I need to make this many amount of emails and this many open houses, this many listings, this many buyers. It kind of tells you all of that by putting it in with this business plan the way we have it laid out.
Jesse, you were correct. I stand corrected. I looked it up. It is 37% throughout the year.
Whoa, bam. So it's not 1%. That's the good news, right?
That's
little
true.
Tiny incremental improvements. You could say, I'm not going to do nothing today. But if you follow this, make a business plan for buyers, for sellers, what is your average sales price? What is the average commission that you're going to get? How many listings do you need to take? How many appointments do you need to go on? And some of these numbers will unfold as you go throughout the year. So some of them may be a little foggy in the beginning. We can make adjustments as we go. And then this plan will tell you how much marketing and prospecting you need to be doing, right? To bring those leads in so you can get those appointments. But it starts at the high level, making a 12-month business plan. And again, download that. Schedules save lives. So, hey, we've said this, if it's not on the schedule, does it even exist, right? Steve, how do you time block, Steve? Time blocking, if you guys are not familiar, it means setting a chunk of time aside to do a specific activity. And in our case, we're talking about income activities, income lead generation and money producing activities. How do you time block, Steve?
Yeah, so for prospecting, I time block between 8 and 12 every day. And I've got a set goal of how many contacts I need to make during that time. And you know, that's in my schedule. Nothing else gets scheduled. I don't deviate from that whatsoever. So, you know, the rest of the schedule throughout the week, I have certain things that are set up already, and they're on my calendar. And then, you know, I anything else goes in there. But I've evolved in the last, you know, several years to where everything is always on that Gmail calendar. I don't know, it's like whatever, Gmail or iCloud calendar, but it's all on there. And, you know, you can't schedule over things basically. So everything's time blocked. So I can look at, you know, that it's important to keep that too. And one of the things I suggest, if you guys are prospecting, one of the something I learned from somebody that's actually in our group, Michael Ireland, if you're prospecting for listing appointments or buyers or whatever, before you get on the phone that day, guys, it makes it so much easier if you do this all in a time block period. So if you go from 8 to 11 and you say, I'm going to make 20 contacts between 8 and 11, and you sit there and you do your 20 contacts from start to finish between 8 to 11, you don't do anything else, and it should only take you 2 hours. So you got an hour to, screw around there too, or whatever. You get it done. During that time though, if you have 2 or 3 segments of time blocked in your calendar that you already know you're available for appointments, and you have it in front of you on a piece of paper, let's say you're prospecting 8 to 11 on Monday. So you have already written out on your piece of paper, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then you have, like, on Monday, you've got between 3 and 5 for appointments that are open. On Tuesday, you have between 1 and 3. On Wednesday, you've got blah, blah, blah. So, as you're doing your prospecting, if somebody, you ask somebody, what's a good time for you? Would 3 o'clock today or 1 o'clock tomorrow be better? You already know what you have available, okay? And if one of those 2 times doesn't work for them, you've got those other times that are already sitting right in front of your face that you're not going to schedule over your kids' choir practice or whatever it is. And that makes your life a lot easier, a lot less stressful, and a lot more productive, right?
Yes. So all the things to put on your schedule that we suggest are right on the bottom of this screen here. Your prospecting, lead follow-up, appointments. People don't even put a time for do customer service and tag in with their clients. Book that time. Otherwise, they're going to call you at 8 p.m. when you're in the middle of dinner with your kids. Book a time and say, I'm going to call every Thursday. Marketing activities. I'm going to send emails every Tuesday at 3. I'm going to practice my scripts every morning at 7 a.m. Whatever that is, put it on the calendar, and you're going to save your life. Trust me.
And Jesse, what does this all come down to? It comes down to having the discipline to do it.
Yeah.
And what does discipline create? Freedom. The more disciplined I am with my schedule, the more freedom I have. And that may sound like an oxymoron, but the more disciplined I am, the more that I stick to my schedule and require my clients and prospects to stick to the schedule and my schedule, the more freedom I have. I already know that today, if I look at my calendar, well, today's a bad example, but I've got, from 7:30 till I go to bed, to do whatever I want. Okay, I can turn my phone off. I'm not going to be taking any client calls because I've got that out of the way, blah, blah, blah.
I'm going to skip forward here a couple because we're running out of time. You know what? Let's throw this out there, Steve. How to make accountability fun. So either a penalty or reward. So if you are human beings like all the rest of us, and you're trying to destroy your distractions and throw your phone out the window because you're tired of it notifying you every 3 seconds. One is give a copy of your schedule to somebody else that will keep you accountable. Okay. But second is like either tie it to a penalty or reward. I don't know if you remember this, Steve. We had people in our mastermind that would say, hey, if I don't hit so many listing appointments for the month, I'm going to pay $100 or $1,000 to like this organization that I don't even like.
Yeah, we did that for many years. What we would do is anybody that doesn't meet their accountability for the day or whatever it is, they would have to put money into an account. And then we would have 2 or 3 times during the year when we had retreats with our coaching program. We would get together, and many times there'd be like $2,000-$3,000 in that account, and we would go to like Mastro's Steakhouse, and we would use that money for stuff like that. But you didn't want to be the guy that had put like $2,000 of the $2,500 in there
for your one steak. Yeah, so make it fun. Find somebody to do that with. Even with your spouse or somebody, like, hey, I'm gonna take us out to dinner if I hit this goal. Then they keep you on your goal, right? Or I'm gonna, whatever. So tie it to something. We'll cover accountability more But like Steve said, none of this matters if you're not consistent. You're going to fail. You're going to have a bad day. Get up again and try. Don't say, well, I didn't hit my goal, so I guess it's over, and give up. Like, no, get back up and keep striving for that consistency.
That's right. Move on. Next. All right, we're done. Thanks, guys. Any questions? If anybody has anything burning that we didn't cover, wants to chat, you can always reach Jesse or I after the call anytime.
Yeah, and in the chat is a link to you can